mission is to relieve the suffering. We volunteer, we deliver care. With donors and partners, we're always here to turn compassion into action. Protecting life and health with our training throughout the years. We empower to heal the world. There is hope, assistance with disasters. There is shelter and love for our people. We can work together to help those in need. So volunteer with us and donate to show you care. There is hope, assistance with disasters. There is shelter and love for our people. We can work together to help those in need. So volunteer with us and donate to show you care. Together, let's build a more resilient Bahamas. Community farming for food security. Climate programs suited for our island country. Together, let's build a more resilient Bahamas.
This message brought to you by the Bahamas Red Cross Society in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest. Thanks so much for tuning in. Here's a live shot at the Bahamas Tonight coming your way next.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. The Whit Monday holiday marred by tragedy as police probe another fatal shooting in the capital. A high-level Bahamian delegation at this year's 113th International Labor Conference in Geneva, Switzerland, highlighting the advancements of labor relations in the country. In sports, baseball nationals underway at the Andre Rogers Baseball Stadium. Bahamas Tonight, the National Report starts now. Well, good evening and welcome to the broadcast. As you can tell by the pictures on the screen, ZNS News and the police on the scene of a death investigation in the Blue Hill Road area. Details are sketchy at this time, but it is alleged that a male in his early 30s was picking mangoes when he struck an electrical wire. We will have more in a later newscast. Double shooting overnight resulting in the death of a young male and another nursing injuries in hospital. The incident unfolding shortly after midnight as a group of individuals were outside a business establishment on Koto Avenue. Police say a dark-colored Japanese car model pulled up and an armed man came out of the car firing multiple gunshots in the group's direction before fleeing the scene. Two men, both 21 years old, sustained injuries during the incident and were taken to hospital in a private vehicle. However, one of the young men died while receiving medical treatment. The other victim is currently listed in stable condition in hospital. Police making a major drug bust over the weekend. A team of officers from the Drug Enforcement Unit seizing over $74,000 worth of suspected marijuana from a vacant property on Wolf Road this holiday weekend. The drugs weighing some 37 pounds, 4 inches, or 4 ounces. No arrests were made in this matter. Investigations continue. Labor leaders touting positive developments the Bahamas is making on the labor front at the 113th International Labor Conference underway in Geneva, Switzerland. Minister of Labor and the Public Service, Honorable Pia Glover-Roll, is heading a delegation at the international conference, which closes out June 13th. Among the labor leaders addressing the conference today, Hotel Union President Darren Woods, he detailed initiatives underway in the Bahamas aimed at empowering workers. Woods also noted that for the first time in the Bahamas, a national apprenticeship program will be launched in just a few days.
This historic achievement follows many years of diligent planning, work with the social partners to achieve the enactment of the National Apprenticeship Act 2024. The workers in July 2024 recommitted their focus on strengthening the relationship between jobs, rights, and economic growth by participating in a major labor legislation reform exercise. The anticipated outcome of this white paper on 4 major statutes that underpin the Bahamas Labor Code, with further public consultation, produced transformative amendments to the labor legislation by the 4th quarter of 2025.
The Hotels Union president also indicated that the Bahamas National Productivity Council will be implemented soon, which is expected to boost productivity in the workplace.
This landmark achievement, which was mandated in the Decent Work Country program, comes after extensive collaboration with our national, regional, and international partners, and is expected, once operational, to significantly impact productivity in the Bahamian labor market at the individual, enterprise, and national level.
Central Bank's monthly economic and financial development report is out for April 2025, and it's showing growth in external reserves, which are foreign currencies, gold, and other assets held by the central bank. Take a look. The report noted during the review month, external reserves grew by $24.8 million to over $2.8 billion, notably lower than the $64.8 million in the same period of 2024. Underlying to this development, the central bank's net foreign currency purchase from commercial banks tapered to $29.1 million from $118.1 million in the preceding year. Similarly, commercial banks' net intake from their customers moderated to $21.3 million from $87.6 million in the comparable period last year. Meanwhile, the central bank's net foreign currency sales to the public sector declined to $11.6 million from $61.8 million a year earlier. Meantime, total Bahamian dollar credit grew by $89.1 million in April, a turnaround from the $42.0 million reduction a year earlier. Hope you're enjoying your time with us. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more after this. Stay close.
If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country, pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse. The people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
Just what is it that you want to do? And we want to have a good time. We want to be free to do what we want to do.
This year, King Door National Parkinson Foundation is taking you back to the old school. With entertainment by TMF, the band formerly known as Maze, featuring Frankie Beverly.
Joy and pain. Y'all better come on now. It's like sunshine and rain. Sing it one more time.
Save the date. Saturday, June 28th, 2025. Atlantis Paradise Island. King Door National Parkinson Foundation, 25th Annual Charity Gala Ball. Stay tuned for more details.
Strong family bonds provide a crucial support system, often filling the gaps that might otherwise lead to reliance on social assistance.
If we get the family structure support system right, you won't see adult children willingly putting their parents in senior citizens' homes. You won't see anyone putting children up for adoption. We should be the safety net for when the family begins to have some challenges.
Addressing the root causes of dependency is essential, as our goal is to shift the focus from merely providing aid to fostering self-reliance.
We must be prepared to move persons from dependency to self-sufficiency to economic empowerment. And I'm asking the public to join us on this journey.
This has been the Heartbeat Brief, an inside look at the Ministry of Social Services, Information and Broadcasting.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, where safety is first.
Well, welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us. The Foreign Affairs Minister addressing ongoing Bahamian citizenship issues that stem from matters taking place in the local and international arenas. Fern Carey has more.
The issue of who is entitled to receive a Bahamian passport continues to be an ongoing matter of concern. That in the wake of the May 4th, 2023 Privy Council ruling, which affirmed that children born in the Bahamas to a Bahamian father, regardless of their mother's nationality or marital status, are automatically citizens at birth. In the face of the High Court's ruling, Foreign Affairs Minister, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, provides clarity on who is eligible to get a Bahamian passport, which essentially cements an individual's citizenship in the Bahamas.
That post-1973, the question of who is a Bahamian citizen largely is determined by the female line. So depending on whether you're married or not married, born or inside or outside the country, it can be extremely complicated to determine whether someone is a Bahamian citizen. I would ask the public, therefore, to be increasingly patient. We want to make sure that these documents actually represent the people who present themselves at the passport office, and that a Bahamian passport goes to a Bahamian.
The same issue also arises when it comes to repatriations.
That not everyone born in the Bahamas is a Bahamian at birth. And so it is possible for you to be born here but not have citizenship of the country. And so these deportees who give and list their birth as the Bahamas, if they do not have Bahamian citizenship, it is our view that they do not have an entitlement to be here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
The Foreign Affairs Minister also explained the Bahamas' policy as it relates to individuals who have no affiliation with the Bahamas, are apprehended in the United States for some reason or the other, and the U.S. wants to deport them to the Bahamas.
They're not entitled to return to the Bahamas. As I said, this has been a point of disagreement with us. So they have to go back to their country of origin, or their citizenship of origin, which in most of the cases connected with that, it's probably Haiti.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
While the marine industry is an essential pillar of the global economy supporting food security and tourism, sad reality is there's a growing concern that this vital billion-dollar mainstay could be in peril by illegal, unregulated, and unreported fishing. Danielle Dean explains.
The ocean serves as home to not billions, but trillions of organisms that human beings either use for food, entertainment, or education. International Day of the Fight Against Illegal, Unreported, and Unregulated Fishing serves as a necessary reminder to think about this other world that is to some degree the heartbeat of our country.
Our waters are for the benefit of our local Bahamian fishermen, and we have to preserve that. And so we take this very seriously. We know sometimes people tend mainly to focus on agriculture on the land, but the Bahamas is mainly made up, we're an ocean state, and we have more water than we do physical land.
The minister proudly recalled the disruption of an illegal fishing operation by 3 Americans earlier this year, an offense the foreigners reportedly committed more than 10 times in our waters.
We seized that boat, valued up to 6 figures. It's still in custody, and the matter is before the court, and we're hoping to send a strong message to persons that what Bahamians don't go and do in other parts of the world, we don't want being done to us here in our waters.
Seafood has proven a reliable and beloved source of sustenance in the Bahamas, with exports valued in millions of dollars. Favorites include crawfish, grouper, and conch. When it comes to the population of conch, or any other sea creature for that matter, Bahamians often forget to consider nature's inevitable chain reaction. Adding the recent growth of the turtle population due to laws put in place to protect them means less queen conch, its prey. However, the chain reaction means more sharks venturing closer to shore, a complex mystery, but one the ministry is dedicated to protecting. 100,000 square miles of water and porous borders means reports of offenses are not just welcomed by the public, the minister says, they are necessary. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
Pentecost Monday, more commonly known as Whit Monday, celebrated across the islands today. In true fashion, the sacred holiday event meant an influx of beachgoers. Our Daniel Dean took to Goodman's Bay and Saunders Beach to hear from Bahamians.
Whit Monday, which falls 50 days after Easter Sunday and closes the Easter season, is a special day on the Christian calendar marked by church services and parades. For Bahamians, it's a special day from the regular routine. Entrepreneur Kathleen Hassan, grateful to see some Bahamians carrying on the tradition of quality family beach time on the holiday.
From we were very young, my sister Cora and I, my parents and their whole family, the siblings, all of them brought their entire family to beaches on holidays. So it'd be a huge group of us as family. We picnic on the beach for the whole day. It's a tradition we used to have. It's not so common anymore.
For Kathleen and her sister Cora, it encapsulates the Bahamian flag, our people, sun, sand, and beaches. Cora Cooper, too, sees the combination of holiday and beach as a mental health maintenance method, second to few.
When you get in the salt water, you just relax. I like to float, and it floats away all my issues. I can compartmentalize it. I have a time of rest. And that's what I look for the holiday as, a time of rest, relax. Bring your children, grandchildren out and enjoy the Bahamas. Why should other people do it and we don't?
25-year-old mother of two and entrepreneur Tanisha Colley says maternity leave for her first son was the catalyst for her pivot into entrepreneurship. Her startup lemonade business, using locally sourced ingredients, hopefully the perfect match for the Bahamian son as she sets up shop on Saunders Beach.
I would love to see more people in my age group starting up businesses. I feel like we really have the drive for it. I think a common misconception for our generation is that we are lazy or that we're not go-getters, but I think this is proof that we are.
Reporting from Goodman's Bay Beach for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Full Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, we have been in Exuma now for the past 4 years, carrying out our paving program. A part of our company's philosophy is to do some work to international standards. So when you look at our paving division, we have a state-of-the-art lab to do all of our testing in-house, as well as a state-of-the-art asphalt plant with a trained technician carrying out the work on that site. The overarching goal of our company is to produce the work that we're doing in the entire Bahamas to international standards. We also make a difference by the training of our staff. We have a very intensive training program going on to where we are teaching young men how to learn the art of striping. Being a young man myself, I've made mistakes in the past. I was given a second chance to better my life, and it's only fitting that we pass it along. What's important for us is giving them a second chance for them to get a skill and a career that could take them further in life.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
Here in the Caribbean region, our climate is changing, resulting in intense heat as temperatures soar. This increase in temperature is having a significant impact on our energy sector.
With the increase in temperatures, we, of course, are expecting an increase in the use of electricity or cooling, etc. So there's an increased demand on the utility companies to, provide for that overload on their systems.
The hotter it gets, the more energy need there is for cooling among the population, but also the harder it becomes for electricity to be produced. So the efficiency of electricity production is typically also lower when it's really hot.
But there are ways we can help. Simple actions can make a big difference.
There are certain measures that we can take to make sure that we mitigate some of the possible impacts, such as using LED bulbs.
It's up to all of us to take proactive steps. Stay informed and prepared. Together, we can weather this storm. For more information and updates, follow CIMH on X, Facebook, and Instagram.
Welcome to your Whit Monday Holiday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Swanson Gibson Jr. Topping sports, the Andre Rogers Senior National Baseball Championships took place over the holiday weekend. Several teams throughout the Bahamas slugged it out at the Andre Rogers Baseball Diamond, looking to claim the gold medal in their respective divisions. In the under-16 gold medal game, it was the Freedom Farm Baseball League taking on the Junior Baseball League of Nassau. The Farmers got on in front early, capitalizing off base hits and a few errors from the J.B. Ellen infield. Later in the fifth, J.B. Ellen would put pressure on Freedom Farm's defense, loading up the bases and scoring a run to even things up. Freedom Farm's ace, not shaken though, striking out the batter with the bases juice and getting out the jam. In the seventh, Freedom Farm's lone runner in scoring position advances off an errant throw at third base, giving his guys the walk-off win. In the under-23 gold medal game, J.B. Ellen back at it again, this time against the Ed Bristol Baseball League. Ed Bristol would strike first in the second inning, courtesy of a base hit. J.B. Ellen stormed their way back in the third, taking a 3-2 lead, scoring off an errant throw at third base. Ed Bristol came back in the next inning, tacking on more runs to seal the deal. They would go on to defeat J.B. Ellen 11-3 and claim the under-23 championship. Also taking place over the extra long weekend was Exuma's Barry Tari Regatta. Numerous sailors competed fiercely on the waters, looking to claim their respective class titles. Our Charles Fisher was in the midst of all the sailing action.
Adding some extra excitement to the regatta on Sunday, which is normally an off day. History in the making with the first ever relay competition. The settlements represented Bucktown, their boats Confusion, Queen, and Golden Girl. From Barry Tari, Warrior, Bullrich, and Mahalara, Rollville, Fugitive, Sprayhound, and New Eyes. And the boats from Black Point, Slaughter, Raging Bull, and Lady Eunice. Water's perfect for sailing, and fans on the shoreline, they are all into it. And after 3 legs, the boys from Black Point reigned supreme. Slaughter getting off to a good start with Lady Eunice second, and bringing home the cannon was Raging Bull.
Bring it home is like taking candy from a baby. When I saw Slaughter came and took a command and lead, then Lady Eunice fired the gap. I was on cruise control, so this team Black Point, it was four teams. Rollville, Batari, Bucktown, and Black Point. So it was like, Black Point have the best boats in Exuma, the best sea classes in the Bahamas. We're the king of the Bahamas. You gotta come to us.
All the boys liking the idea of the relay.
My first time really ever happened in any regatta held in the Bahamas, and it was great. It came off very great. I hope the other family islands look into it and do it. It's very great.
Yeah, man, the relay, I like it. I like it.
And some smart talk from their youngest skipper.
So, these Rollville boats and Bartai boats, they need motor to beat us, guys. These boats too fast around here. The Black Point boat's really fast.
Today was the final day of competition here in Barry Tari, Exuma. We'll have all the excitement coming up in Tuesday Sports.
And finally in chess, a representative from the International Chess Federation hosting a teaching seminar this week in Nassau. She talks collaborating with Bahamian educators and shaping the minds of youthful talent.
This is absolutely my passion. I'm a senior lead instructor for FIDE, the International Federation, FIDE, and I train teachers on how to teach chess as an educational tool in the classroom. We call it a game-based learning tool to develop certain skills, your 21st century skills and language skills, mathematics, all your academic skills and life skills as well. I'm extremely excited because we will be working with current coaches, so chess educators, and also teachers in that teach normal classroom, the curriculum in the schools. So we will also empower the teachers. So that is always it is amazing to see how the teachers develop and how they empower as well, and then take it to the classroom. So I'm very excited, yes.
And that's been your Holiday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Swanson Gibson Jr. A check on weather when we return.
For us at the Myers Group of restaurants, we found that we have a pretty large portion of our employment pool that had difficulty getting bank accounts.
The issue we had previously was just getting cash, getting funds on the island. And with only one working ATM, the idea of the sand dollar
just in being digital. And everybody has a smartphone nowadays. It actually works into our favor.
The sand dollar was like a godsend because it allowed us to add it to our payroll system, which means we're able to send their money to the sand dollar wallet.
It's still a bank transfer because you get an account number. So from the employer side of things, all I have to do is send your funds just as usual.
It opens up our pool for us to be able to hire some of the people that we couldn't hire before because they were unable to open bank accounts. This has been a really good solution.
Your home is your sanctuary. The last thing you need to worry about is rodents. Once they enter your property, they can be tough to get out. If you're concerned about rodents, call Rent-A-Kill Initial. We offer the latest, most effective treatment for safe, fast, and long-lasting results. From prevention to elimination, our integrated approach guarantees protection. For rodent control you can trust, there's only one name in the Bahamas. Rent-A-Kill Initial.
Yo, what's up? It's your girl Nika B, and I'm bringing you the heat with my crew on The Drop. We vibing, we reacting,
hot videos,
we talking to the hottest music producers,
hot interviewers,
Bahamian artists, and Bahamian DJs. Trust me, y'all ain't never want to miss this energy on The Drop.
This your boy Shine 242, and if you want exclusive interviews, hot videos, hot music, then tune into The Drop, man.
It's only right here on The Drop, exclusively on ZNS.
Let's go, man.
When a hurricane watch or warning is issued, medical emergency services are placed on high alert. For many persons seeking medical care, defining what an emergency is can be difficult to assess given all that is occurring during the storm. The following basic guidelines are designed to help you assess your emergency. If you are experiencing symptoms like shortness of breath, chest pain, severe pain, disorientation, extreme vomiting or diarrhea, vision disturbance or suicidal thoughts, you should seek immediate medical assistance. If you are bleeding significantly or otherwise severely injured, seek emergency assistance immediately. Children presenting with symptoms like high fever and extremely listless or lethargic behavior need to be taken to the emergency room immediately. If you are unsure of the extent of your condition, you are advised to seek medical assistance immediately. Share your symptoms with the on-call doctor and get advice as to whether or not it can wait until normal business hours. Remember, emergency care is not a convenient option for basic medical care during a storm. The Public Hospitals Authority encourages members of the public to use these basic guidelines to help decide on whether something is an emergency or not. The authority reminds the public that in the case of an emergency, always call 911 or head immediately to the emergency room. This message has been brought to you by the Public Hospitals Authority.
Time now for your Monday holiday weather check with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean.
Good evening, Desmond. We have partly cloudy skies, temperature a warm 88 degrees, the relative humidity 58%. The winds out of the southeast at 9 miles per hour, the barometric pressure 1,020.1 millibars, that's 30.12 inches, and the pressure is steady. Your international boating temperatures tonight, well, it's brought to you by Live Business, where we simply bulk up your business now for the Northwest and Central Islands. Tonight, right through Wednesday, those winds are going to be southeast at 12-13 knots, and the wave height 3 to 6 feet. High tide 7:40 this evening, another high tide at 7:53 tomorrow morning. And for the southeast Bahamas through Wednesday, southeast winds at 15 to 20 knots, and the wave height 4 to 7 feet. So we ask a small craft to exercise caution throughout the 700 islands right into Wednesday. And your international temperatures tonight is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
She don't care if you overstay, cause when that dog on the cat will play. Wait, don't you know that while you are looking for sugar, someone's gonna taste your honey. Wait, don't you know that while you are looking for sugar, someone gonna taste your honey. Let's go, hey! Oh yeah!
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. Take a look now at temperatures around the Family Islands, 86 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Grand Tulkey, Marsh, Hababico, where I'm currently at. They have a temperature of 85 degrees. Alice Bimini, the Berry Islands, and Harbour Island, all at 84 degrees. Rock, Sandy Lutra, 87. 86 in Otterstown, Cat Island, and also in Rome Key and San Salvador. Taking you back into Georgetown and Zuma, 84 degrees there. Camps, Bay St. Andros, 89. Fresh Creek, Central Andros, have a temperature of 88 degrees. Clarence, Long Island, 86. In Crooked Island, 86 degrees as well. In Betsy Bay, Maguana, 85. Actors at 85. Grand Turk, 84 degrees, and Matthew Tiny Nagua have a temperature of 87 degrees. Satellite pictures showing high pressure dominating the weather, so there's mostly clear to partly cloudy skies throughout the 700 islands. And your forecast tonight, breezy this evening with a thunderstorm in parts of the area, partly cloudy and warm with a low temperature of 79 degrees. And tomorrow, a thunderstorm in a couple of spots in the morning, otherwise partly sunny and breezy with a high temperature getting up to 86 degrees. And your extended weather forecast, this is how things are going to shape up tomorrow, looking pretty much okay with those spotty thunderstorms in place. On Wednesday, we'll get some clouds rolling in, scattered showers and thunderstorms in the mix, and then we go back to those isolated conditions on Thursday and Friday. But the weekend is looking great with lots of sunshine in our forecast. Desmond.
Thank you, Basil. That ends on Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information, as only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team, thanks for watching. Have a good night.
At Tonic Williams Darling Highway, I'm Tijaro Hudson. This is ZNS.
Previously on Girlfriends. I love you. I've never stopped loving you.
How about that? Just tell me that I matter to you.
I'll tell you what I think about you.
It's okay
Think about me.
if you don't want him back.
I want him